And good morning. How'd you do? Good afternoon, good evening. So nice to see you. It is 11 a.m. on a Wednesday, 21st of July. It's your John Lavenia Success Mastermind. I'm your guy, Glen Henderson, for this Wednesday Gen Sesh. Nice to see you. A little bit of housekeeping. You know, we always like to let folk know what's going on, what's coming up. And so let me run down the schedule for you. It's the hospitality suite right after us here at 1 o'clock Eastern time. And then, let's see, let's get this on to get us on the right. Here we go. And then this afternoon, this evening, 6 p.m. Eastern time, it's Life and Business Tools with the professor himself, our good friend, Adrian Garner. There will be no networking magic this evening, at least not officially. I'm sure you'll all be working your own magic with your own networks. But we're skipping the networking magic class this session this evening. We'll be back with it next Wednesday. However, you ain't getting rid of me that easy, because recent word is that due to some scheduling adjustments and so forth, it looks like I'm going to be back here for the Gen Sesh tomorrow morning too. Oh my goodness. So you get you have to put up with me for 2 straight days, Suzanne. Can you stand it? Can you stand? She's looking, man, I'm tired of your behind already. Get off, will you? Get off. Hello, Suzanne. Good to see you. And Ego Obi, the woman who kicked cancer's butt and stomped it in the ground and stood over it and laughed. Nice. Excellent. Edward is with us. Good to see you, my friend. Our good friend, Mandy Anderson, is here, and Sharon and Daisy. Daisy, my condolences on your recent loss. Moving on, right? Moving forward. Stefan out in, nothing like a hike out in God's own beauty. Hey, good to see you, Stefan. Yes, sirree, Bob. And who else is here? Well, of course, it would not be the same without the man. Oh, Mandy's here, right? Nice to see you, Mandy. The man, the myth, the very Godzilla himself, Mr. John Lavenia, is with us, listening in, making sure I don't bollocks it up too bad. And you see, now I kind of have to watch my language now that John, because, he doesn't like editing my general sessions. It gets annoying after a while.
I refuse to edit. I refuse.
Nice. So listen, I was mentioning to John just before we came on with the recording that the topic, or the event, the life event on which today's topic is based might be of some interest to him. So here it is. Today I did a thing. Today. I got up and I put on my shorts and my t-shirt and some workout shoes, and I walked down the block here. I mean literally walked down the block, and I signed in and signed up and did for the very first time ever in my entire life, I did a CrossFit session. Yeah, Suzanne understands. Ooh. Yes, it was, well, I'll tell you what it was. I walked in, and because I had stopped by yesterday to talk with the guy, one of the trainers, and kind of see what it's about, because I had never been to CrossFit. Now, here's the thing. I had a whole bunch of thoughts in my mind about what it was going to be, what CrossFit was going to be, that I was going to go in there. And honestly, I kid you not, I assumed that I would go in there, and the first thing they would say, "Are you a man? Are you a man? You got what it takes? Let's go!" Actually, no. It wasn't like that at all. I went and talked to a very friendly chap whose name, you can't make this stuff up, is Christian. Nice fella, Christian. And here's the other assumption that got blown up for me. I had assumed that everybody who goes to CrossFit is frickin' Arnold Schwarzenegger in his 20s and, absolute monsters and killers and, everybody's like 12 years old and bench pressing 7,000 pounds. You know that Christian, the trainer who introduced me, showed me around, Christian is 50 years old. And I don't think I'm telling tales out of school. I think he'd probably cop to the same thing. Kind of a dad bod, if you must know. So 2 assumptions blown up right off the bat. So did that yesterday. Talked with our guy, Christian. And then I said, they said, you can come in an introductory session and, we show you how it works and then you decide if you want to sign up for a membership. So I went in there today and did my introductory session. And let's just say I'm going to be signing up for a membership on Friday. Because I'm telling you, that was some serious fun, the CrossFit thing. Now, learned some lessons, though. I learned some stuff today about myself and about CrossFit, and I learned about, getting stuff done in your life, especially if the stuff that you want to get done, you see what I did there, John? The stuff that you want to get done in your life, especially if it's something you've never done before. You see where I'm going with this? Because I had never done CrossFit before. I'd heard of it. You look on the sports channels and you see the CrossFit games and all these people look like Greek gods and goddesses, And there was one young lady in there who I'll mention to you in a minute. I had a nice chat with. Very interesting. I learned some things today. 7 things particularly. I'm sure there will be more. So if you've got a pen and paper, you may want to jot a few things down. And I suspect that some of these things we're going to be discussing will apply to just about any new project, any new venture that you're about to take on, something you haven't done before or haven't done well. Now, see, I can tell Suzanne is serious because she just got herself up and went and got the notebook. Does that say boss? Well, of course it does. Because Suzanne does everything like a boss. Here you go. Taking notes. See, we should do this in our lives. Somebody asks you what you did yesterday, no matter what you tell them, end the sentence with, like a boss. Or, if you're like me, if you're kind of a Trek guy, anything anybody asks you what you did yesterday, tell them what you did, and then add, for the glory of the Empire. It's a Klingon thing. You wouldn't understand. Anyway, so here's what I learned. Some of the things that I learned yesterday. Number 1, prepare to be sore. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I am. I have to say, came home, had a hot shower, and kind of loosened up, and I'm feeling good. I'm probably going to have to go and see a whole team of chiropractors this afternoon, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. I do know that I'm going to be sore AF tomorrow, if you know what I mean. But that's okay. And that's okay, because that tells me that my body is working, that I'm back moving again. It's been a while. The United States Marines have a saying. One of their many sayings, I'm sure. The Marines have a saying. It goes like this. Pain is your friend. It lets you know that you're still alive. So, whatever it is you're doing, if you're doing it for the very first time, I can promise you it's probably going to feel a little weird. It's probably going to be strange, and it might even be embarrassing because you may bollocks it up at first. You may make some mistakes. You may step on your tongue and trip all over the place and screw it up. And, as an old mentor of mine used to say, if you want to be great at something, you first have to be good at it. If you want to be good at something, you have to first be mediocre at it. Want to be mediocre at something, you have to first totally suck at it. If you want to totally suck at something, you have to first get started. So, get started and prepare to be sore. Soreness is probably not going to go away for a while either. But as John can tell you, our resident iron pumper, as John can tell you, the soreness doesn't ever totally go away, but your body gets used to it. And you learn how to work through the soreness. Like that thing that you're doing that's new and maybe a little uncomfortable at the beginning, you get accustomed, you get used to it after a while, and it gets to be not that it's not uncomfortable anymore, like calling up and talking with people, calling up people, sending text messages and emails, prospecting for potential new business partners for your network marketing business, for example. That may not ever become comfortable, but you may become comfortable with the discomfort, if that makes sense. You'll get used to being sore, and it'll be okay. So that's number one, prepare to be sore. Number two, well, it's actually two. The number two is a two-parter. You see, you get bonuses from me all the time. So here's the bonus. 2A, it's probably going to take longer than you think to get good at it. Do you know that when I came home from the CrossFit gym today, I got on the scale. Man, those mofos over there are cheating me. I'm telling you, they're going to gyp me out of my money. I got home from the CrossFit gym today, got on the scale, and don't you know I weighed exactly the same as I did before I went over there? How ridiculous is that? What a bunch of thieves, man. I can't believe it. Yeah. Whatever it is you're doing, to get good at it is probably going to take longer than you think. These extra pounds didn't get on me in 30 minutes. They're not going to get off me in 30 minutes. So be prepared for whatever it is you're doing to take time. Patience truly is a pain in the neck. But it is also a virtue. So be prepared for the thing to take. It doesn't have to take forever. It doesn't have to take 20 years, but it's going to take some time. Just get your mind wrapped around that. It's going to take a little time for you to get good at it. 2B, that was 2A. It's probably going to take longer than you think. 2B, it's probably not going to be as hard as you think. Because we build things up. See, we build things up in our minds. Remember all those assumptions that I had about CrossFit? Oh, I'm going to go in, they're going to kill me, going to challenge my manhood, they're going to call me a punk. None of that. And even the exercises themselves, the particular movements and everything, they were challenging, I can tell you. It wasn't easy. Not a walk in the park. But, I went over there and went through a full 1 hour CrossFit workout, and I didn't even die. How do you like that? So it's probably going to take longer than you think, so prepare for that. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some grace. Cut yourself some slack if you don't become an absolute Jedi master in the first half hour. Don't worry about it. It'll come. But it's probably not going to be as difficult as you think, because you're smarter than you know. You're better than you know. You're stronger than you know. You are more adaptable than you know. Which brings me to number 3. Adapt or modify if you need to. If the first time you do something, it doesn't quite seem right, or it's difficult, or it's too tough right now, okay, instead of 10 phone calls today, make 5 phone calls today. Instead of 5 phone calls today, how about this? Make 1 phone call today. Or if you're already in the game, if you're already doing the marketing, the sales thing, and I'm kind of focusing on that, you understand why. using that as an example, that is. If you're already in the game, if you're already working in a profession, in a business like that, make one extra phone call today. Send one extra text message today. Or, if you're tired, if you're sick, physically ill that is, take a day off. It's okay. Nobody's going to call the cops. There were certain exercises, certain movements in the gym today, which if I were in the great shape that I have been at times in my past, would have been no problem for me to do. Today, they were a problem. So the coach, the instructor, the trainer, very graciously showed me alternative movements, types of exercises to, okay, do this until you get the strength or the flexibility, or mostly flexibility, to do this or to do the, do X until you're able to do Y. That's the kind of the point I'm making. You kind of get where I'm going with that? Do what you can to adapt, to change, until you develop the strength, the flexibility, the skill to do the full thing, whatever it is. Oh, by the way, number 4, get a coach. Get a coach. Ray Higdon, one of my favorite people in the world, from a business standpoint, likes to say, I don't pay big money for coaches because I don't think I can do it. I pay big money for coaches because I want to accelerate my success. See the difference? Get a coach. I was so glad this guy, Christian, was there today to kind of guide me through the movements and, okay, do this. Okay, that's a problem for your shoulder. Okay, try it this way. Try it, use it this angle and so forth. You know what I mean? Get a coach, somebody who's been there, who's done the thing, who is, preferably someone who is doing the thing, who is on the field of battle right now, face marred by dust and sweat and blood, as Teddy Roosevelt said. Find somebody who's doing the thing and ask for advice. Ask them for tips. If they're the kind of person that I think they are, they'll be glad to help you out, give you some suggestions. If they don't, you probably want to find another coach. So get a coach, somebody that can help you and guide you at least through the first steps of what you're doing, although you don't have to stop there. Did you know that Luciano Pavarotti, the greatest tenor who ever lived, had a vocal coach? Did you know this? Yeah. Get a coach, get some guidance. Number 5 kind of relates to number 3. Everybody wants to work miracles day one with whatever it is, this new venture, this new project. We want to go from square one to 34th level galactic, platinum galactic commander in the first week. Number 5, do what you can, where you are, with what you've got. I started today. Everybody else in the room, well, most of the other people in the room, were doing 5 sets of this different cycle of exercises. I did 3. What I could, where I was, with what I had. And you know what? I'm going to go back on Friday. Maybe I'll do 4 sets. Who knows? We'll see. Or maybe I'll do 3 again. Do what you can, where you are, with what you got, and cut yourself a break. Because, like we said before, it's probably going to take longer than you think. But it's probably not going to be as difficult as you think. And I know I can see the smoke coming out of some ears. You're thinking about that thing, right? That project that you're working on right now, or that thing that you're about to start. Yeah. Okay, so I can relax a little because I know it's going to take some time. Cool, Glenn, thanks for reminding me of that. Yeah, reminding me, myself, of that. Oh, here's a good one. Number 6, celebrate every win. As I mentioned before, went to the CrossFit gym today. This is my win for today. Leave me alone. This is my win. All right? I went to the CrossFit gym today. I did a full 1-hour CrossFit session, and I didn't even die. High five me. Right? I know people who wouldn't dare set foot in a CrossFit gym. And listen, for whatever reason, I'm not pointing a finger at anybody else. I'm simply saying, this was my win today. I did me a CrossFit. I can now call myself a CrossFit athlete or something. Because I did, right? I went through a CrossFit session, and I'm going back, and I'm getting a membership. That makes me a CrossFit athlete. You know, I was saying to somebody just yesterday, a guy who wants to talk with me, a very, very successful business guy out of New York, who wants to talk to me about the process of being an author and writing a book and everything. And I said to him, you know, sometimes I said, thank you. I'd love to, happy to chat with you. I said, but sometimes, you know, I got to say, I almost have to laugh at the idea of thinking of myself as an author. Wait, what? Me? Glen Henderson? I'm an author? Huh? Well, actually, yeah. You know how I know I'm an author? Because I wrote a book. It sounds stupid, right? But you started a business, guess what? You're an entrepreneur. You started a business venture, guess what? You're a business owner. And don't let anybody tell you different. You've written a book. Hey, Ego. Guess what? You're an author. So celebrate that much. Ego says, yep, sure am. Every win. We've been talking about, how long have we been talking about your wins jar? I got mine right over here on the shelf. Wins jars. Every win. Write your little Post-it note. Drop in there. Guess what's going in my wins jar after this? First CrossFit session. Didn't even die. And then Friday, going back, another Post-it note in the wins jar. Signed up for CrossFit membership. Celebrate every win. What we focus on expands. What we, as a friend of mine likes to say, what we appreciate appreciates. Celebrate what you want. Surprisingly enough, you'll get more of it. It's kind of the way the universe is designed to work. You celebrate what you want, you focus on what you want, you celebrate what you want, you get more of it. You focus on what you want, what you focus on expands. What you appreciate appreciates. So celebrate your wins. Yes, sir, Bob. Hey, cute pup, Stefan. Nice. Anyway, that's number 6. And number 7, oh, and this is the one that everybody loves. This is the one that everybody absolutely loves. You ready? Consistency. Ooh, who is that cutie, Edward? Whoa. Yo, Grandbaby. Hello, Grandbaby. Hi. Consistency rules. Consistency rules. Yeah, I went to the CrossFit gym today. That's my win. Didn't even die for today. Going back on Friday, signing up for a membership. And then comes the process, starting in, to begin with, twice a week. 8 sessions a month. And my goal at this point for my CrossFit membership, my goal is to go to 8 sessions a month. And then 8 sessions the month after that. And then 8 sessions the month after that. Then 8 sessions the month after that. And whatever results will come, will come. Because I know, like our good friend John loves to say, consistency beats intensity every time. That's a lesson that I am still learning. Wait, no, how do you put it, John? Habits beat heroics. That's it. Habits beat heroics. But I've heard the other thing too. Consistency beats intensity every time. Habits beat heroics. Do it, whatever it is, do a little bit of it every day. Whatever your thing is, at least make one phone call a day. At least list one new item on your e-commerce site per week, or whatever your pattern is. Call on one new client per day. Follow up with one new prospect per day. Follow up with one prospect per day. Every day. Do you know that if you reach out to one new person a day to talk with them about your product, your service, your opportunity, your business, whatever it is, you talk with one new person a day, you know that you will talk with over 350 people in the course of a year? You think you can pick up a couple of customers off of 350 contacts? You think? Well, you can, and you will if you do it every day. Rather than trying to make 350 calls today, yeah, I'm a beast, and then tomorrow you're so exhausted that you just give it up. One a day. Stefan said, yeah, this guy. Been there, Stefan. Absolutely been there. So let's review. Number 1, prepare to be sore. Number 2, A, it's probably going to take longer than you think. To B, it's probably not going to be as difficult as you think. Number 3, adapt and modify if you need to. If it's just too difficult at the beginning, do a little bit less until you can do the little bit more. Number 4, get a coach. Get a personal trainer, somebody to guide you certainly through the first step, your first few days, weeks, and months doing what you're doing. Number 5, do what you can, where you are with what you got. Start someplace. Go through the workout today. The key is don't die. Do the workout, do the thing today. Start where you are. Imperfect and done is better than class. Perfect and not done. Number 6, celebrate every win. Pat yourself on the back, chest bump somebody, give yourself a high five, do a little dance, whatever you got to do. Celebrate every win, because every win gets you closer to the bigger wins. Right? What we focus on expands. What we appreciate appreciates. And number 7, consistency rules. Do a little bit every day. And you'll be shocked at what you can get done. I have heard it said that most people overestimate what they can accomplish in 90 days and underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years. The key is consistency. The key is do a little bit every day. So I can tell you right now, my behind is going to be sore tomorrow. But I'm going to the gym. I'm going back to the gym on Friday. Oh, and by the way, if you're sore, you know the best thing to do if you're sore? Move a little bit. Go for a walk around the block. Go get on and ride your bike for 15 minutes. Do whatever. Do a couple of jumping jacks, or, whatever. Move a little bit. If you're sore if that new thing that you're doing feels a little weird, feels a little uncomfortable, do it once today. Just for practice. Just call somebody up. Hey, man, I'm doing this new thing. It's kind of a new set of skills for me, and I need a little practice. You mind if I practice on you? Yeah, sure. And just do it once. So there you go. What I learned at the CrossFit gym today. Yes, I'm going to be, and John is ready. What do you think, my friend? What's on your mind?
Yeah, you know what? I've heard that pain is weakness leaving the body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful.
So, and there's a difference between, muscle soreness and actual, pain of injury, right? Sure. Injury, not good. But yeah, getting off our ass and doing something, that's been an unfair advantage in my life for a long time now. And when I'm consistent, which is almost always, then yeah, I get the benefits of that. But it's so much more work to get off of zero than it is to just maintain consistency. So like there's times when Like some people avoid leg day, like people lifting weights. Like leg day is pretty intense, right? By the way, intensity is good.
Oh yeah.
Consistency beats cramming.
Ah.
Consistency beats cramming. All right. Habits beat heroics. Okay. But intense, yeah, do it intensely. And but if sometimes people are like, that's uncomfortable. I'm going to kind of trick myself into, thinking that I did everything I should be doing because, I did these things, but I didn't do that thing that I want to avoid, and then you go back after like a month of not doing legs and you hit your legs and it's like pain. It's pain. Yeah. So CrossFit's awesome. I'm saying that as a third party observer. But I'm getting back into Krav, which has like CrossFit components too.
Oh
but
yes.
it's yeah. So like Krav Maga, it's a whole different world than like just pumping iron for a half hour. It's intense.
Oh yeah.
So, but I'm so glad to hear you're doing it, Glenn. And look, you are like, not only are you, a leader and coach and mentor to many, not to mention a facilitator here. You're also a customer in the way that, we're seeing you experience increase and growth, right? Like right before our eyes, man. So, anybody who's been hanging around here for a while, or anybody who hasn't been hanging around here for a while, go back a year into the archives, which are on the members site, and look at Glenn a year ago, and I look at him now.
Oh my God.
One of the hidden benefits of recording everything and keeping it forever. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I had another little win yesterday. Thank you, John.
Mm-hmm.
What I loved, what you said. It's much harder to get off of zero than it is to maintain a pace.
Mm-hmm.
To stay in motion.
Yeah, inertia sucks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had another big win yesterday. Came completely out of nowhere. I went over to an office to pick up something from a media company that I had done. Those little video business cards where you can, you program a little 60-second video commercial onto the card, and then you can just tap somebody's phone. And so I got one of those. And then the guy says to me, he runs a network. He runs a company that produces a series of business and special interest and community interest TV shows for the mainly for the Hispanic, the Spanish-speaking Latin American community here in Houston and different places, and he says to me, I've just made a decision. What? Glenn, you have to do it. What do I have to do? He says, you are now the English-speaking voice of the Now Media TV network. What? He wants me to do the voice of, how James Earl Jones, this is CNN, right? He wants me to do that for all of his TV shows, 7 different networks all around the country and Latin America and everything else. How groovy is this? I didn't even ask. I didn't even say anything to the guy. And he's just like, hey, it's got to be you. High five me.
Sell what you got.
Yeah. So that was fun. So, that like boosted my whole day yesterday. Just feeling great. You will get your wins. Every one of you all. You're getting your wins now. They're coming. Virginia, wonderful cookbook. Holy moly, selling like hotcakes, and John already loves the pinoli cookies. They're like legit Italian pinoli cookies, right? I gotta try this recipe. So things like this. I was having a nice chat with Lindsay Dollar the other day, offline, and she's about to hit like some major milestone in her business ventures, and I'm like, yes! Do you know how good it feels to just be celebrating stuff all the time? It's fantastic. Do it. Okay, who else has got a thought? An idea. Somebody was thinking of something a while ago, and like John says, if you all don't chime in, I'm just going to have to keep talking. Nobody wants that. So you've got to say something to me. What else? Oh, I know. Of late, I've been realizing that it's been time for me to get my body moving again. And being in the gym today was really, I had another really interesting mental reaction being in the gym. And I'll share that with you right after we chat with our buddy Stefan. What's happening, my friend? Nice beard, by the way. There you go.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, no, about what you said earlier about looking where you were, or John had mentioned looking where you were a year ago and compared to now. I think it would be kind of interesting for us all to do that. Because most of us have been on here since then. There's a few who are newer, but if you go to the beginning of it till now, it'd be interesting to see the change, because I know I feel different. I don't know yet entirely what the destination is, but I feel like things are starting to come into place. But what place they're coming into, I don't know. But I don't know. It feels good. So yeah, it'd be interesting to look back on it. So, and then, yeah, it does take time. It takes a long time.
Sometimes it can take a while. And, you know, we have this tendency, thank you, Stefan, we have this tendency to elongate time in our minds. Like that old saying, we tend to overestimate what we can accomplish in 90 days and underestimate what we can accomplish in 5 years. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Stephen, you said something that the plan for you, the path seems to be coming together. You're not quite sure where it's headed, but you're kind of feeling like it's coming together. I've heard it said that one of the marks of emotional maturity, I don't know if this is true. You can tell me what you think. I've heard it said that one of the marks of an emotional maturity, an emotional mature person, is the ability to live with uncertainty.
Yeah, you kind of you don't have a choice after this.
Well, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, and I'm saying, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know exactly where this is taking me, and that's cool because it's going to be great.
Yeah,
that's it. Sharon, what's on your mind, ma'am?
Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Gosh, I've started a new exercise program. That was to get my butt out of my chair and out into my community to make some contacts. And the exercising that I'm doing is much more a mental one.
Gotcha.
Making myself walk in the door, introduce myself, quickly be able to describe why I'm there and the purpose, why I can help with the service I want to provide. And I'm having to tweak that because the way I come at this, my mindset, I mean, I'm not the business person that some people are, but I'm a teacher. And I think my perspective is a good one and can benefit my community. So, you know, I've seen people walk into a building, hello, I'm so-and-so, here's my business card, and they can do their spiel. Well, that's awesome. That's polished. I'm not polished yet. So this exercise for me is going to be a daily, weekly habit to, just like you're exercising, the physical body, and tweaking that so I get stronger and more consistent in this whole new venture. But as you guys know, I'm a teacher. So this phase of my summer life is ending very soon. And I'll be moving into my put on my teacher hat. But I'm taking these exercises and skills with me. So I will open my mouth because I haven't seen these, my colleagues in a while. And I've learned a lot since I've seen them. So the exercising that I've done over the summer is going to just naturally transition into where I'm going next. So thank you for all that stuff, Glenn. It's very thought-provoking.
Thank you, Sharon. Mm-hmm. By the way, you're a teacher, which means you know how to run a classroom. Oh, generally. Oh, you're an extraordinary businesswoman. You can run a classroom. You can certainly run a business.
There's that.
Honest, I got to stop saying that because I was just commenting the other day. There's a guy I know who prefaces a lot of his statements of saying, I'm going to be open, honest, and transparent right now and say thus and such, which immediately leads me to think, okay, if you're saying you're being open, honest, and transparent about this, which parts were you not being open, honest, and transparent about? But anyway, in my opinion, polish is overrated. When I get on stage, I like to sing. I like to be polished. I like to be professional. Absolutely. Know my lyrics, know my lines, and everything else. In a presentation or a sales, shall we say, setting or providing a service, in my opinion, polish makes a salesperson seem a little less real. A little bit too slick by half. We've all seen them, right? Those real kind of oily, too slick. Yeah, this guy's too sleazy, man. What's he really up to? He's got this down too pat. Nah, you see what I mean? What do people want? One way of looking at it, maybe, people want to have a conversation with someone who may be able to suggest a solution to their problem. If I can suggest a solution, let's talk. What's the problem? What's going on? What do you got going on? What are you struggling with? Okay. I don't know for sure, but I think maybe I can help. Let's talk. And let me share with you what I got, and you tell me. You tell me if you think this will help. Now, is that a pretty effective sales pitch or what? Not a thing slick about it or polished. And listen, I'm not saying that we don't practice, that we don't seek to improve our skills, seek to learn how to answer questions, address objections, and present our product and service in the most advantageous light. Yes, absolutely, of course. And the best way, in my thinking, to do it is in such a way that it ends up being a conversation rather than a spiel. If you know what I mean. So you're nailing this, Sharon. You are absolutely nailing this. Yes. So anyway, that's. Thank you for boy. That's some vulnerable stuff. Going out and just, hi, I'm Sharon, and here's what I do. Wow. I once had a job back when I was living in New York. I had a job working in corporate sales for one of the major hotel chains. And we got to pick our territory. I was in Manhattan. And so I got to pick my territory. You know what I picked for my territory? The World Trade Center, the Twin Towers. So every day, I would take the subway down to Lower Manhattan, walk in the Twin Towers. I might have a cup of coffee in the coffee shop down on the concourse, the ground level concourse. And then I would take the elevator all the way to the top floor, like the 100 and some odd floor. And I would get off the elevator and work my way down the tower, knocking on doors, presenting, my pitch, my offering for corporate hotel rooms, corporate accommodations from this hotel. You know that in a little less than a year, I sold something on the order of $250,000 worth of hotel bookings for this chain. Not because I was so great, but because every day I took the subway down there, took the elevator to the top floor, and worked my way down. And I might call on 50 businesses during the course of a week. And if one of them says yes and books some rooms, that's a win, right? So my point, practice will make it beautiful for you. And I know you know that because you've taught math. Practice will make it perfect. Who else? What's going on? What's on your mind? What's the new thing you're starting up? Maybe share that with us. My new thing, it's frickin' CrossFit. Gonna be sore AF tomorrow, but that's okay. I'll live. Probably go through a bottle of liniment tomorrow morning, but, the The wife will have to stay a little bit farther away because liniment smells wonderful, doesn't it? But no, I'll be all right. I'm going to be all right. I'll be back there on Friday doing my thing. Oh, and it's my in-person friend, Virginia. How are you doing, dear?
Good. How are you doing?
Excellent. Go ahead.
I came late to the party today. I am sorry.
We'll never forgive you.
I know. I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning researching Las Vegas options to get with John and some other people on. And I saw an opera last night. Rigoletto. It was a magical evening out in the gardens, and I thought Glen could be up there singing with his voice. Yeah, there's a lot of male parts in that one.
Yes.
Anyway, that's a screwed up opera.
Yeah, that's some messed up stuff. But anyway, most operas are messed up.
But it was nice. So the reason I'm telling you is I have just been focusing this week on promoting my cookie book a little bit more, and also doing putting into place Amazon seller affiliate programs.
Oh, yes.
So I just launched my website. Go check it out. Cookiesaroundtheworld.com.
Yes.
It's live. I'll be making some tweaks to it. But I found something. I don't know where this is going to go, because I found that I'm very passionate about this whole children's thing. It's Cookies Around the World, but I'm really focusing on trying to bring about cultural awareness through cookie recipes internationally. So my next book is going to be cookies from around the world,
Nice.
I put in a page of sponsoring to come up with this whole humanitarian thing. Contributing to agencies that help prevent world hunger, like UNICEF and a lot of the other ones that are out there. So I put a whole page on there as well. And my homepage links over to encouraging people to donate or sponsor a child or do something. So this whole the new sort of thing, if that's the right word, is very little money. I mean, I make pennies off the book. I'm going to try to see if I can have it published elsewhere besides Amazon. But and then I'll make, if you link to any of the baking equipment you might need, or fresh ingredients you might need, I'm going to make pennies off of that as well. So the whole thing is not major. We're not talking even 5 figures, or 3 figures, but I just have this passion all of a sudden to see if somehow I can make this grow into some kind of donation to help agencies that are, 800 million kids wake up or go to bed every night hungry, and it's a shame. And we have these to prevent that. So I don't know, that's just kind of exciting. I launched the site last night. The logo I put in the Facebook group on 2 different opinions, and I got an overwhelming response on which one I should use. So that's
Holy moly.
So I'm gonna get that off my plate so that I can move on to things that actually do make more money. But I just sometimes, if you just go with something that you're passionate, so I've heard, then it will expand, and the universe or God, whatever, will bring opportunities into that space that you didn't know existed. So that's kind of it.
Something to be said for following your passion. I love it. And who doesn't love cookies? Got to do this. This is
Really?
gonna be great. I'm sure that once this starts to take shape, you'll drop links and stuff in the Mastermind Facebook group for us to come and check out what you're doing and participate with you. It'll be fantastic. Excellent. Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you.
See, and see, here's another example. As John was saying, go back and take a look at the recordings from a year ago. Check out this lady. Check out this powerhouse lady, Virginia, where she was then, where she is now. Holy moly.
Getting there a little bit at a time.
There you go. Consistency rules. I love it. Well, we are moving right along, and I'm really loving the thoughts and the comments that are being shared. I should think that what you were saying there, Virginia, about following your passion could be kind of a clue for many of us here who are still kind of searching for which direction the path is taking us, if you know what I mean. So listen, let the path take you. Let your passion cast the path. You know what I mean? Let your passion plow the road. And interesting things can happen. I had just, about this thing with the whole voiceover and the now media, I had been saying to another friend of mine, another like business friend, that I wanted to get into, learn about how I can maybe start getting into the voiceover business, doing some voiceovers. And he was saying something like, oh, you certainly can. You've got the voice for it. The thing is, it takes a long time, and you really got to, it's a struggle to break in and everything. I said, oh, well, I understand that. Week later, Juan says this to me, and now I'm the voice of these 7 TV stations. Did I have to work hard to get this offer from Juan, is my point. You know what I did? I informed the universe that I wanted to get into the voiceover business. And the universe said, okay, bing, here you go. Listen, I'm not saying that's the way it works every time. Certainly, the most of the best things in life are things that for which we have to work the hardest. Although I will say, 40 years of a professional singing and entertaining career has kind of helped me to develop the voice that somebody might find attractive for their TV station. So maybe that's the hard work I put in. So it's a combination, I think, of prepare to be sore, etc., and all the different steps that we were talking about in launching something new, and trust that the work and the consistency and the passion will lead you to exactly where you're supposed to be. And you'll get there. And once you get there, you'll be thinking, yeah, you know what? This makes sense. And all the stuff that happened before, all the stuff that I was doing before that I thought were mistakes and screw-ups and, stupid flights of fancy and this, that, and what the heck was I thinking? Wait a minute, no. It all makes sense now because of where I am. And I can see that all of these steps and starts and stops and stumbles have combined to lead me to exactly where I am today. Man, Stefan, I can't wait to read your book, bro, about your journey and this phenomenal story you're going to tell of how I got to be at this place. And you know what? Here's what I went through, and I struggled with this, and I overcame it, and you can too. Here's how. Yes, sirree, Bob. I'm sorry. Yes, sirree, Stefan. Listen, unless someone's got, as you know what I'm about to say, unless someone's got a final thought burning up hole in the pocket of your mind, I think maybe I'll give you back 6.5 minutes of your day. And we shall see you this evening at 6 p.m. for the good Professor Garner with Life and Business Tools. Remember, no networking magic this evening, but you will have a chance to get totally tired of my behind tomorrow morning on the general session too. So great chatting with all of you on the John Lavenia Success Mastermind. Make it a fabulous day. As John always tells us, you absolutely deserve it. Live long and prosper, my friends. Bye for now.